Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily's Double Shot. I'm Lara O'Neil-Dunne.
And I'm LeMieux. On this week's episode, Arnold Chon rocks out an Earth Day solar-powered concert.
LeMieux gives us the lowdown on spring football.
Meghan Walker laughs it up with funnymen Russell Brand and Jonah Hill.
Kimberly Spaulding gives us the backstage scoop on the on-campus production of Batboy the musical.
And Kristy Hamilton takes us into the lives of the Oching brothers.
You can follow me as I investigate a local photographer's quest to capture the spirit of redheads.
And we'll join Lydia Caulfields as she gives us a visitor's perspective of the UW campus.
And finally, Tarik Walmsley talks to students to find out how they really feel about budget cuts.
All coming up next on the Daily's Double Shot.
Ooh, what is that? Chinese.
Yeah.
I'll see you there. Okay.
We're hoping to attract anywhere from 2,000 students to 5,000 students throughout the day.
The goal is awareness today. A lot of people don't recognize how many paper sacks they actually throw away in a year. My organization is REPOI. It stands for Reusable, Refoldable, and Proud of It. And it supports Earth Day because it's helping to reduce waste by reducing paper sack usage and disposable bag usage. So one of our reusable bags will save many paper sacks that you would use instead.
I would say we're trying to make people more aware about what they're doing to the environment. It is important to really get people aware about environmental science and just think about what their lifestyle is doing to their habitat.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to do something for Earth Day, and we thought a really great way to unite everyone for the Earth and celebrate it would be to do a flip them switches, so everyone can kind of come together and save a little bit of energy at the same time. Just to get awareness, have people come out, tell them even if they can't come to Red Square for our little party that they can turn off all their power and unplug everything and, try to save energy for that 1 hour tonight.
Earth Day is just a time, I think, that to get people thinking about some environmental issues and sustainability. And, for me, it's part of my daily life, but I feel like for a lot of people, it's not. I think, everyone here has different things that they're educating people about. And I think that's the goal. It's just to, get people who wouldn't necessarily be thinking about these issues to start, hopefully implementing these sort of decisions in their daily life.
We owe it to the people of this planet, from Seattle, where we care about this and we're willing to make the change, to really model what a sustainable city, what a sustainable communities can look like. And I hope you will join with us at City Hall and throughout the region in demanding that we deliver on what we're saying we're going to try to do. So thank you all and happy Earth Day.
Thanks, Arnold. Next up, LeMieux talks to Coach Sark and Jake Locker about what the future holds for Husky football.
We're here at Husky Stadium to talk to people about what they think about the upcoming 2010 Husky football season.
I think we're a better team, and from where we are today to a year ago at this time, we're a much better football team. We're playing faster, we're more physical, so hopefully that attributes to more wins.
And are you looking forward to the upcoming season?
Oh, I can't wait. I think they're going to have a great season. I think Jake's going to do wonderfully, and I'm really excited.
Can you guys tell me who your favorite players are?
Jake Locker. Mine is Jake Locker too.
How do you feel about being here for one more year now?
I'm excited about it. I was looking forward to it ever since I made my decision, and haven't regretted it a day since. So it's been a good time, and with spring ball coming to an end, the season's that much closer.
After a really rough game, does Coach Sark ever call Mom?
He always calls. We speak before every game and after every game, but sometimes he'll say, well, how did this look, or how did that look, or I just tell him anyway. He always had certain sandwich or whatever that he was going to have, and he likes to have certain either shoelaces or armbands or that little things, small things like that.
What do you think about the new recruits?
We got a couple guys out here who've been doing really well, playing really hard and looking like they're going to be able to contribute for us. And then, only time will tell for the guys that will come in the fall.
Deontay Cooper is one of 4 new recruits who joined the Huskies early for spring practice. Let's see what Coach Sark had to say about the new Husky running back. If you could just pick one for today, who do you think was the standout player?
Well, I thought Deontay Cooper had a heck of a day. I mean, anytime you have the long touchdown runs that he had, those are easy to notice. But I thought he did a nice job in pass protection. I thought he had some nice hard-fought yards and some short yardage situations as well. So all in all, I'd have to say he was the guy today. I love playing in Husky Stadium. I love Saturday afternoons here, and this crowd is rocking. And we got 6 more of them this fall, and we're going to take advantage of every one of them.
From coaches to players to fans, there seems to be a general consensus that the upcoming 2010 Husky football season will be one to remember. Reporting for the Daily Double Shot, I'm Lauren LeMieux.
I sure hope so. Next up, some lucky students got to meet Russell Brand and Jonah Hill when the pair came to campus. Meghan Walker has the story.
Last Friday, hundreds of students lined up at the Hub for a chance to meet Russell Brand and Jonah Hill, stars of a new comedy called Get Him to the Greek.
Doesn't it make sense that we would stay here and have the time of your life?
I'm the Arts and Entertainment Films Coordinator, which is a part of ACW. And my job is to basically talk to studios and ad agencies in the area and get sneak previews of bigger movies. For this particular film, the studio contacted me and they were like, hey, we're doing a contest for the colleges around the area, and whoever gets the most demand for a film, which is Get Him to Greek this time, they get to screen the movie. Plus, it just happens so that the 2 actors, Russell Brand and Jonah Hill, are in the area this week. So they did a Q&A, and today we're doing a meet and greet. So it's at the Hub. We have a bunch of posters, T-shirts they sent over, and they're going to sign it, and then they're going to go into the crowd and say hi. They love this kind of stuff, and I mean it's fun for me because I get to meet them and I get to provide this service to everyone for free. So it's pretty cool.
We're gonna meet Russell Brand and Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
We're really excited.
Are you a huge fan?
Huge Russell Brand fan, yeah.
How long have you been waiting?
Since 10 this morning, like before 10.
Wow, so how'd you find out about it?
My friend told me on Facebook, and we were supposed to come together, but they bailed, so I'm here though. I'm a rock hard fan.
We're really excited to have them. It was just an opportunity that the studio offered us, and of course we said yes. We're excited that the line is all the way outside into Thompson Hall. And gives us an opportunity to give away some free stuff to students and get them psyched up for the film.
I'm very excited. I even have a T-shirt.
Yeah, we got free T-shirts.
Shirts. We got our little keychains here.
We got free T-shirts.
Free T-shirts, that's perfect.
And they're gonna sign it.
I like Superbad. Superbad. I'm really more here for Jonah Hill, but she wants to see Russell Brand.
I like Russell Brand. I think he's funny. Like when he hosted what were they, the VMAs?
VMAs,
VMAs, he was so funny.
We need ideas. Next month is the 10-year anniversary of Al the Snow live at the Greek Theater. We could put on an anniversary concert. He's rock music personified.
They're both really funny people, so
and
I just want to,
famous.
exactly.
People, very famous. So.
Very important. Have you been waiting for a long time?
About an hour and a half.
It was an experience. It was cool meeting people that we've seen in movies since we've been coming to college.
I asked him any advice for a stand-up comedian, and he told me to do 100 gigs before I judge myself.
Oh, nice. Who said that? Jonah Hill?
Russell Brand. That was basically it, so now I'm going to be motivated to go out and be confident. I had him sign Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Funny People.
I thought it was really awesome. I was really excited. I'm really excited about the movie, too.
Did you get to
It was
watch
a really good time. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I really want to. Russell Brand's an actual British guy. I thought he wasn't. I thought he was just faking the accent, but yeah.
Reporting for the Daily's Double Shot, I'm Meghan Walker.
Thanks, Megan. Now, Kristy Hamilton brings us the story of 2 brothers and their dream of improving their community.
The documentary Sons of Laala follow Fred and Milton Oching from their home village in Laala, Kenya, to medical school in the United States and back home as they build their village's first health center. The Seattle screening raised almost $10,000 for the clinic.
The documentary follows them on their journey kind of back and forth from Kenya to Dartmouth, onto medical school and back to Kenya, and talks about the development of the clinic. So the goal from a kind of business perspective would be to raise funds for them.
Just the general complaints that, the average healthy young adults would have malaria, top of the list, and then aside from malaria, we have upper respiratory tract infections, and skin infections are also really common, and just infection with parasites for the young adults. HIV, TB become more of a debilitating problem.
They treat thousands of people a month, which is pretty incredible given the fact they don't have power. They have fairly limited resources and do a lot of good for the community.
In Laala, poverty, unsafe drinking water, and inadequate nutrition create an environment where poor health is rampant. In order to combat the problem, Laala Community Alliance is working with schools in HIV prevention education and deworming outreaches.
We are sponsoring high school students to go through high school, and so far we've sponsored over 32 students to go through high school, and recently we just sponsored 2 students for post-high school education to become clinicians who will come back and work at the clinic.
And build the clinic when they were in medical school. I mean, how many medical students have time to devote to building a clinic, much less a clinic that's on a different continent? Fred and Milton are where they are because of the time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears that they've put into this.
Right now we are partnering with local middle schools here in the US who are raising funds to support students back in Kenya to go to high school. So figuring out ways in which they could partner with us, whether it's with donating medical equipment, trying to link us up with people who are providing healthcare on the ground, or just monetarily. And for those people who are interested in microloans and economic development, that's also one of our ways in which we can partner to improve the income generating capabilities of people in the village. So I think just being educated about what we are doing and then figuring out creative ways in which we could partner would be the best way to be involved.
I mean, this is a labor of love for both of them and a testament to what incredible people they are. These guys had a hope and had dreams about this clinic, and they picked it up in a place of real sadness after their parents passed away.
Asante sana, so that means thank you very much, because we just have so much to be thankful for, and I think that would be one word I would love for people to know. So asante.
Thanks, Kristy. Next up, we'll follow Kimberly Spaulding as she takes a behind-the-scenes look at Batboy the musical.
UW School of Drama and the Undergraduate Theater Society is putting on Batboy the musical here in Meany Studio Theater. We're going to go around today and talk to some of the cast and crew about what's going on in this musical.
Basically, it's based on the early 90s issue of the Weekly World News, and apparently there was a boy found in a cave who looked like a bat, hence the name Batboy. And it's just basically an awkward adventure of him and the Parker family and the town of Hope Falls, West Virginia.
I play Sheriff Reynolds, who is the town sheriff, and he's a very simple man. And when the Batboys first discovered, they bring him to the sheriff in a wheelbarrow, and because he doesn't really know what else to do, the sheriff takes him to the local veterinarian.
How is the production going?
It's challenging, but I definitely think it's a really worthwhile show. It's very funny and it's got a lot of heart.
I am so excited just to get to work with our director Scott Hafso and such an amazingly talented cast.
I will say Batboy is probably the most creative musical that's been written in quite a while. It's quirky, it's fun, it's smart, it's clever.
Well, it has a really great energy and it has the music is amazing and everyone in it is such great singers and everyone's really dedicated. I think it's going to be a great show.
What is something that you think makes this musical stand out and would make someone want to come see it?
Oh gosh, this musical is so original. The music is really awesome. It's a rock musical.
Talented people, but there's some shocking moments in this show that I think it's worth seeing.
Do you want to tell us about your role in Batboy the musical?
Yes, I'm playing Roy, and he's a rancher, and
He's kind of slow on the uptake. I'd say that's probably his main character trait. And other than that, he's just really frustrated about this Batboy situation.
My favorite scene is at the top of Act 2, at the revival. There's that point, you get this uplifted spirit and you hope everything's going to work out fine, and then after that everything just goes to, you know.
Which I do actually handcuff the Batboy. I also pistol whip the Batboy. That's actually one of my favorite parts of the show because
Poor Batboy.
Brad's kind of a pill, and every night I get to do that. It's really fun.
Would you want to like act out part of your, one of your scenes or one of your lines or something like that? Give us a little delivery.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Shelly, no! Now, how could you miss that?
Yeah.
What would you say would drive people in?
It's about a guy who's half bat and half boy, and he sings and dances, and there's some really awesome lighting, and the set is really cool, and the costumes are awesome, and you should come check it out.
So it looks like there's quite a few exciting scenes in Batboy the Musical, and I know I don't want to miss it. Reporting for the Daily's Double Shot, this is Kimberly Spaulding.
That looks awesome. Thanks, Kim. Now we'll go to Lara O'Neil-Dunne, who participated in a photographer's quest to document the redhead experience.
I'm here at the home studio of UW alum and photographer Ann Lindsay, who's creating a book called Redheads and More Redheads. Let's find out what it's all about.
For the first 6 years of my business, I did almost exclusively black and white. And one of the things I always felt guilty about was photographing redheads in black and white.
A natural redhead herself, Lindsay has always been fascinated by images of red hair.
And so I always made sure I had a little bit of color film with me. It's hard to photograph a redhead in black and white.
Now she's working full-time on capturing redheads in all their glory. Somewhat of a ginger myself, she invited me to participate in a photo shoot for inclusion in her upcoming book.
I've been working on the project for 2 years. The book is about everything from strawberry blondes to auburn. And so it's the whole range of redheads.
Lindsay's house in Pine Lake is like a redhead utopia, home to her redheaded husband, her redheaded daughter, and their redheaded Brittany Spaniel, Alice, as well as a veritable gallery of redheaded photos and books.
Vincent van Gogh was a redhead. Shakespeare was a redhead.
With her upcoming book, Anne hopes to go where no redhead has gone before.
And that's what the other redhead books have not done, is tell the redhead story.
Like many portrait photographers, Lindsay wants her subjects to express their personalities in their photo shoots.
One of the most important parts of my business is trying to find that person's soul. And so with the Redhead Project, we're trying to find the redhead soul.
She asks her subjects to share personal stories about their red hair, including if they were ever teased as kids.
There's a problems actually in England a little bit with prejudice against redheads.
Lindsay is also interested in debunking the urban myth that redheads are going extinct, which she says has no factual basis.
It seems as if the redhead is in the air because there are now 3 redheaded festivals. If more than 2 redheads are together, people start wondering whether what they're doing. Are they, trying to start something? And I think they have.
Reporting for the Daily Double Shot, I'm Lara O'Neil-Dunne.
Thanks, Lara. Next up, we check out Lydia Caulfields' trip to the Visitor Center at the University of Washington.
The Visitor Center, located on the ground floor of Odegaard Undergraduate Library, has been a personal, welcoming, and information station for thousands of students and visitors. Linda Hanlon and Ton Lee, 2 workers at the Visitor Center, provide us with some experiences and facts.
The university is the connection between the community and for people coming to campus for so many different reasons.
I like to think about it as if we're the UW directory, but in person.
That sense of welcoming can really only come from a person, and we do that here for people from all over the world on a daily basis.
We offer a ton of other resources besides just directions. Like there's maps of the city, things to do, tour guides around Seattle, downtown, Ballard, Fremont. So definitely, like, to anyone that comes in, like any person that walks in, we can always help them with something.
We may get a phone call from someone who's on the way to the emergency room. So we have to have that very even keel so that we are able to calmly and efficiently help someone get to an emergency room, for example, or to find some very special person or place on campus.
Currently, the Visitor Center employs 4 students, working around their school schedules, which is always a difficult task.
It's a great experience for students to work here. It's really important to have students because families are coming in and they're making decisions on which college to invest in, not just investing money, but they're investing their futures of their own kids. This is a big deal for families. So when they're here, they're able to ask the students who attend here what the experience is like, and they do that. They do that with a vengeance.
The Visitor Center attracts a variety of people from all over the world. A map filled with pins represents the home locations of all the Visitor Center's guests.
We have a great opportunity for students and anyone else who has an interest to come spend time in the Visitor Center. It's a great place to cross paths with students and faculty and staff and everybody else that's any version of a visitor. So we'll have tourists from all over the world. We'll have VIPs and special guests who are being hosted by someone. And we'll have large groups at times of students coming from Japan or some other country that'll be on campus for anywhere from a day to a few weeks. So you never know what's going to happen.
With one last word from the Visitor Center.
We help everyone with anything.
This is Lydia Caulfield telling you to drop into the Visitor Center anytime.
Thanks, Lydia. Next up, Tarik Walmsley's got the story on how students really feel about budget cuts.
Budget cuts. We all know they're happening and we don't like them, but most of us don't actually know a whole lot about them.
I don't know specifics. I know that say the UPass or whatever is greatly being affected.
I don't know much. I'll have to be honest there.
I guess I don't really know that much about what's being cut.
I know that there is a lot being done, and I heard that there was something like $75 million being cut.
6 or 7% cut across the UW.
They cut higher education by 6% across the state.
So, what does less money actually mean for students on a day-to-day basis?
Bigger class sizes, professors not being that available for other extracurricular activities that they may be doing, but also lower class offerings. So there's not a bigger variety of class offerings anymore because there's not enough funding for that.
Last quarter, I was in a biology class. It was probably about 100 or so students. Before last year, they actually had qualified TAs, they had grad students, they had quiz sections, normal things like that. This year we had 2 TAs who were actually just students who did well in the class last quarter.
My astronomy class last quarter had 1 less TA than they normally do.
While losing TAs are really awful, there are things we can do to combat that.
I don't think quality would be affected that much. I think increase in class sizes would make a difference probably, but it's still up to the student to invest as much as they can in the individual courses that they're taking.
I keep hearing rumors that they're going to put a surtax on 5th-year students, and that's definitely going to affect me. And I've already seen drops in the numbers of TAs and larger class sizes, and I think it's definitely going to hurt the education and UW's reputation.
Some things I just know are really expensive. Like, for example, for a sandwich you pay like $7.50 at least, and I think that's bizarre, especially for college students.
People are now packing lunches, bringing them to school because they don't have enough money to be eating out every day.
I have noticed a hike in prices. It makes me less likely to shop on campus. I try and bring my own food onto campus now that I don't live in the residence halls.
I've definitely seen prices go up in the 8.
I've not seen a difference in a drop in quality, but certainly a raise in the prices.
These cuts are a reality that none of us can really control. But where is the UW choosing to cut first?
And I think there's a lot of different things that could be cut back. Like, for example, we got brand new computers in the Odegaard Mac Lab this year. And I was just like, why are we getting new computers if we're having tuition increases?
Of course, diversity is always being the first to being left out when financial aid is cut, because a good majority of the minority population, the underrepresented Americans, are heavily dependent on financial aid. So when that's cut, they're always the first to get.
Economic backgrounds usually do run along racial lines.
But I think the middle classes are actually suffering the most.
There seems to be some kind of correlation between minorities and the amount of financial aid they receive when coming here, and I know that those are some of the things that are getting cut the most, like need-based grants, Pell Grants, things like that, and scholarships from the university. So I would imagine that those students are suffering the most.
I think diversity is important, and I think like there should be equal opportunity for every person.
Diversity is something that the UW has always wanted to keep at the core of its institution. So yeah, we'd have to give up a little bit for a diverse campus.
I think diversity is important, but not as important as our academic integrity. And our classes and our education need to be first priority.
The budget cut hasn't affected me too much personally. With the financial crisis that caused the budget cut, I lost about 1/3 of my college fund.
Yeah, I definitely have to be applying for more scholarships to be able to afford UW next year, and there's more competition within those scholarships.
Last year I got a scholarship, this year I didn't, and so it just kind of threw everything off. So I had to take out a loan for it.
Last quarter, I decided to take the quarter off, and then I didn't notify financial aid because I thought my financial aid status would be the same as long as I was a full-time student this quarter, but they actually dropped my state need grant. I think that was what it was called. And so now that's coming out of my pocket.
Last year I was offered financial aid. I got a couple of grants, and this year I got none.
I know that our football budget hasn't been cut, and there's definitely some controversy about that one.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Lara O'Neil-Dunne.
And I'm Lauren LeMieux. Join us again next time on the Daily's Double Shot.